Deep beneath the world we know, hidden away in a forgotten archive, Sketch discovered something impossible. A mysterious black folder sat alone on a steel table, covered in dust and sealed with an ancient mark. Inside was a strange parchment showing 5 dates. But these were not normal dates. They were moments when humanity came dangerously close to destruction. As Sketch looked closer, terrifying visions appeared around him. A burning city, a deadly plague, a weapon powerful enough to destroy civilization, a giant wave, and a secret hidden beneath the ocean. Before he could understand what he found, the archive began to shake. A glowing portal opened, and Sketch was pulled through time. His first destination was the ancient Roman city of Pompeii. At first, everything was peaceful. The streets were full of life. Merchants sold their goods, families walked through the city, and nobody knew what was coming. Then the ground started shaking. People stopped and looked toward Mount Vesuvius. The volcano had awakened. A massive eruption exploded into the sky, covering the city in ash and darkness. Panic spread through the streets. Sketch ran as burning rocks fell from above and buildings collapsed around him. From a distant hill, he watched in horror as a deadly wave of superheated ash and gas rushed toward Pompeii. In moments, the city disappeared. Thousands of people were buried, leaving behind a frozen memory of their final day. Years later, Sketch returned to the ruins of Pompeii. The streets were silent. Ancient homes still held the belongings of ordinary people who never escaped. But the folder was not finished. The second date appeared. Sketch was sent into medieval Europe. During the Black Death, this disaster was different. There was no explosion, no warning. The enemy was invisible. The plague spread through cities, leaving empty streets and fear behind. Sketch witnessed one of history's darkest moments. Then, the third date appeared. This time, Sketch entered the nuclear age. Humanity had created a weapon powerful enough to destroy itself. Inside a Cold War command center, soldiers and scientists faced a terrifying decision. One mistake could have changed the future of the entire planet. Then came the fourth date. The ocean. Sketch arrived at a peaceful coastline, but suddenly, the water began pulling away. Something enormous was coming. A giant tsunami rose above the horizon, a wall of water powerful enough to erase cities. Sketch watched as the wave destroyed everything in its path. When the ocean finally became calm again, only silence remained. But one final date was waiting. The deepest mystery, the world beneath the ocean. Sketch descended into the darkness inside a submarine. Far below the surface, he discovered a hidden world filled with unknown structures and forgotten secrets. When Sketch returned to the archive, he finally understood the 5 dates were not just disasters, they were warnings. Warnings of how fragile humanity truly is. A volcano, a disease, decision, a wave, and a mystery from the deep. Sketch closed the ancient folder, but the archive still held thousands of untold stories. A hidden door opened in the darkness. Another mystery was waiting, because every page in this archive held a forgotten story. Every date was a reminder that the future can change in a single moment. As Sketch walked deeper into the endless archive, he realized one truth. History is not only the story of what happened, it is also the story of what almost happened.